I was in my office with another devotee colleague of mine, and we were making some posters and trying to take a printout. And we took a printout, and then we were not happy with the font and the looks of the poster and the title. So we slightly changed it, took another printout. And while we were doing, suddenly when I gave a print command, it was not printing for some reason. And then we were trying to figure out, and then we found that the printer cable had actually come off. And then when I picked up the printer cable, it was lying on the ground, and then tried to fit it back into the printer. I just saw that there were many pins, and then fitted it back and then took another printout. We were marveling at the technology. Just you see, I changed something here on the keyboard, on the screen, and the font, all of that changes. And all of these signals are going through this cable. And it's such a marvelous thing. Modern technology is, modern gadgets are. And just a few days later, I was in the ashram prasadam hall. We were served full oranges as part of the prasadam. And that particular orange that I got on my plate had a small stem sticking to it. Before I peeled the orange, I just even gently touched it, and the stem came off. One thing that struck me was the stem had a star-shaped protrusion thing, and the depressions correspondingly in the orange fruit, and I tried to place it back. It was exactly matching. I recalled a few days back what had happened between the printer cable and the printer socket, which was very similar to this kind of a thing. When this stem was connecting to this orange, and this orange was a few days back or a weeks back in the plant, and it was green, and through this little stem and that connection, a lot of chemicals, biochemicals, were actually flowing through, and complex biochemical processes were happening in the orange fruit. And all of these chemicals are flowing from the water, from the earth, and then the sun and the oxygen and all of these things. And isn't it a very marvelous thing? Just all of this flowing through this little cable connection, stem on the orange fruit. When the orange fruit was still unripe, the outer covering was green so that it camouflages with the rest of the plant. When it was complete, at that time, another kind of signal goes to this exterior covering of the fruit, and it begins to turn orange so that it stands out in the plant, so that animals or human beings can look at it and pluck it. Now, when you see all of these things that are happening, color is changing, the taste is changing, the aroma is changing, the right flavor, fragrance is coming, all of this flowing through that little stem. This is 1,000,000 times more complex than the printer cable changing the font or the looks of a certain size of a lettering or something. Actually, if we look around us in this world, very, very marvelous things are happening in nature. It is just that we don't sufficiently recognize, pay attention, and acknowledge. And Krishna says in the Gita, this entire material nature is under his control. Mayadhyakshena prakriti suyate sacharachara. It's actually Krishna's control, Krishna's superintendence that's making this material world. We don't recognize it.